All right. We are back on Sick of Talk
Sick of talk.
with Alex.
And Keith.
And what are we up to today, Keith?
We're recording a wonderful episode of one of my favorite bands, hardcore bands of all time.
Yeah, we're doing a Floorpunch song today. Keith, are you straight edge?
I am. Alex,
I
are you
am
straight
not.
edge?
I am not now, so I never was, as they say. But I spent 15 years claiming that.
Yeah.
This was a song that got me amped up to be straight edge, for sure.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. So we're doing changes. We're going to include the intro in that.
Got to do the wombo combo.
Oh, you want to grab the lyric sheets over there? Where our production value is so poor. I do a podcast regularly with a producer, but I am self-producing this, which makes it much more difficult. But yeah, the lyrics to this are just insanely over the top, and it's a lot of fun. But it's like, I don't know, this is a band I don't know any of the guys, I've never met any of them. I only know one name, Porter. But how serious do you think this was?
So I don't quote me on this. I should know this. So posers call me out. But I'm pretty sure they wrote most of the lyrics just driving to record.
Interesting.
So for most of the demo.
I have told a story about origins of a band that's been corrected. Mm-hmm. Chris Morgado corrected me on our dump truck episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But yeah, so he did it publicly also. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Shout out Morgado. No, I like it's cool. It's fun. Part of this is fun of like get to learn. Like every time we've done one of these, like somebody has told me something that I didn't know, Mm-hmm. So it's fun to learn after the fact, after we record it. But yes, I just wonder, things like you losers better watch your back because we're taking out the drunks first. Were they actually taking anyone out?
I mean, maybe Floorpunch were always we kind of like jockey dude, or at least, by parents, kind of like the jockey dudes that loved like New York hardcore.
I mean, that was like Youth Crew. I mean, we were talking about this before we record. They were one of the harder ones that kind of stood out above the revival era that they were part of.
Especially because like Youth Crew, the aesthetic is to look, like that. But like,
there's literally a band called Sportswear.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're honestly kind of dope. But the aesthetic is to dress, like you're on the football team or whatever. And I would say like
hardcore's one big football game.
75% of the time, the kids are kind of not about that if it came down to it, like kind of soft. But Floorpunch were always like, no, they're about that. Like, not going to take any shit. They love hardcore, don't get that twisted, probably more than somebody that would say that they don't. But they were the real deal. They were genuine.
It's like you also listen to like even more over the top songs like Firestorm is like the classic, or
even like Floorpunch Clear. I mean, we're not doing Clear. But that's like
right. And
I pray to fucking God you OD on that shit. That's crazy. But
which who knows? I mean, this is a 30-year-old song. Mm-hmm. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But like obviously everyone in 30 years changes.
Yep.
Changes.
Intro changes.
Yeah. But everybody changes over time. Hope and change. And I don't, that's become a very unpopular stance of, hoping that somebody ODs, right? And unfortunately just lost somebody in my own family, to that, but it's,
sorry to hear.
But it's something that nobody, I don't think really wishes, but I think we just didn't really, there was a lot of years that we kind of didn't know how to approach these subjects, and we've gotten as a society a bit more empathetic. And shout out Big Mike. I've learned a lot. We were talking in the last episode about Anchors Up. Big Mike from the Valley was always there, and he's gotten really into recovery, in harm prevention. What do they call it? Harm reduction.
Harm reduction.
And he has taught me a lot about how to approach these subjects. I kind of wonder. I'd love to hear like, hey, you still think that's cool? And I don't judge anybody for their lyrics. I've written some crazy shit. in my lyrics, you know, and it's also I always felt like hardcore. It's fine, like they just say what you're feeling.
Like, literally, I was just
say what you're feeling for the most part. You know,
people are young and angry and frustrated, and they put that on paper and they scream it into a mic.
Yeah, for sure.
There's definitely points in my youth that I felt like that. You know, like dealing with family with drug abuse and just like being, you know, wronged because of it, and you're just like, just fucking, you know.
Yeah, just die.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't think that back in the day. Sometimes.
Yeah, just stop causing problems in my life and die. But I can see how easy it is to
emotions could do that to you.
Yeah, how easy it would get to that, you know, be able to get to that thought.
Or they could, you know, when you're young, you also think a lot of things are funny that when you grow up, you look back on and you're like, wow, I was a fucking.
Well, I remember like as a straight edge youth, like knocking a beer out of somebody's hand in the pit on purpose. Oh yeah, just because like, you know, and I just thought it was funny.
Or when when I hear about bands doing that, like shout outs to Letdown, I would hear stories of bands doing that, and I thought that was so sick.
Like during their set,
like
kicking beers.
Like somebody will be up front watching, and they're singing a song, just run up and slap it. Or
yeah, I mean at that point, I think you're just allowed. That's not even beefable. That's like. Oh yeah, I was drinking the beer in front of the straight edge band. That makes sense. What do you feel about and I feel like I've seen it now, like former, you know, bands that were straight edge. I remember when I was a kid and doing straight edge bands, it was like you cannot have non-straight edge members. If you're gonna call yourself a straight edge band, you're a straight edge band. And now I've seen bands reunite that are straight edge bands. Not everybody's straight edge.
Yeah, so when it comes to like all like the OGs, like any band from the 80s, like none of them have every single band that's straight edge. I think Earth Crisis, I mean, for like like early 90s. I guess Earth Crisis is like one of the only bands that everybody's still pretty much OG and everybody's still straight edge vegan.
Well, I think you know, early on, like I would say until you know, the youth of today, like the late 80s straight edge bands, I mean, straight edge wasn't considered like like The Oath, like how
it wasn't until
wasn't Strife talked about, you know, The Oath. Like it wasn't like originally, it happened by accident. Ian MacKaye is very popular, or very well known for saying like it wasn't a movement. It was just me talking about my feelings, you know.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say about Boston?
It was like the Boston band, like the 80s Boston bands that really took it to heart. And like got real like.
Yeah, kind of the first militant.
SSD. And like that whole squad.
Yeah.
You know, the Boston straight edge. And then, you know, to a lesser extent, I would say probably like New York, like the Abuse and stuff. But yeah, like the early 80s was never really meant to be like straight edge.
What was that band that had the like anti-straight edge song from New York, and the lyrics like, nothing wrong with drinking a few fucking beers, as long as it's like it says it literally has the corniest line, but it's like to me now true, but it's like it's about moderation. It's like moderation is great. Like it's kind of funny, but it was like an 80s, like I gotta find it.
I should know this.
I'm guessing you just never heard it. I can't remember what the band was. It was on some comp.
Sounds like goofy. Like
it's definitely not Absolution, but I keep wanting to say Absolution, so I'm thinking it's some name like that. Very like a 3-syllable, one-word name.
Absolution's pretty dope.
4-syllable, one-word name. All right. Anything else you want to sneak in before we just listen to it?
Just that I fucking love Floorpunch.
Yeah, don't mosh my house.
I'll try not to.
This is not a beer. Don't knock it out of my hand. I didn't realize how long this intro was.
That bass. Hell yeah.
As I've moved far away from the world of straight edge,
Yep.
I still back the fucking line, get the fuck out if you have nothing positive to give.
It's true. I'm going to start a straight edge band and then sing for it, and then we're going to cover it, and you're going to come and sing it.
Nice. Can I smoke weed while I'm doing it?
Yeah, that's fine. It's okay. Nobody's straight edge anymore, like from our...
Yeah. Dude, that intro, I forgot how, because like I would talk about this earlier at some point. I don't know if it was recorded or not, but I was talking about how like I just kind of pick and choose songs. Mm-hmm. And like over the last, I don't know, however long, I haven't gone to the intro version because like I'm old. I just want to hear the lyrics and sing, So that intro is unbelievable. I love the dive bombs. Are people using dive bombs?
They are, because this style of hardcore is really, really big right now. And with the youth, well, not really big, but there's a whole wave of bands doing this style.
Shout some out, man.
Actually, one of the bands we just had on our little restraining orders little weekend there, this band called Fixed Game from like Florida/New York, because everybody's from everywhere.
Yeah,
now.
Nobody's from one place. The bands just have members all over the country constantly.
And they were very awesome. They did 2 Stop and Think covers. So it's just, locking out and like breakdown and like late 80s New York hardcore is like pretty dope right now. But fun fact about the intro, so Floorpunch had a member that was also in the late 80s band Release, which is Rob Fish from 108, like sang in that band back in the late 80s. And the Release intro and the Floorpunch intro are like almost like the same.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever listened to that band.
Very, very like niche like band.
Yeah.
For the youth.
Yeah, I mean, you go so much deeper on stuff than I do. I'm like very surface level. We tried to put a list together today, and the songs that Keith sent me, I was like, I don't know, like 9 out of 10 of those. I should not have decided to start. That's why I brought the expert on board. I wanted to do this. I had to bring a guy that actually knew stuff and actually listen to more than one song at a time and more than 3 bands at a time.
Nice.
I find myself I'll just listen to the same songs. And even now, like one singular song, I'll just repeat over and over and over again. This was one back in the day that I would, though.
I was going to say, yeah, if the song really, really hits home, I do the same thing.
Like Young Straight Edge, Angry Kid. We covered it in my band, Break It Up. And it was just one that just hit, as the kids say, it's a bop.
If you're in a straight edge band and you haven't covered Floorpunch at this point, just consider not being straight edge.
Well, you know what's funny is like there was like this unwritten rule amongst like kids that I knew was that you weren't supposed to cover a band if they hadn't been broken up for 10 years. And like
it was 10 years for you? I thought
we were covering. I've heard people say 5 also. And I think really in the really do whatever the fuck you want. Haywire covered Yellow Stitches over the weekend. They're playing with Yellow Stitches in 2 months. It's like, I think all those rules are stupid, but when you're a kid, you like take things too seriously,
Yeah.
But like we were doing the Floorpunch cover in 2001. When did they break up? I mean, this was recorded in 97. And the original was, as you said earlier, and we weren't.
They must have just broken
95
up. Yeah,
is when it came out on the demo. Yeah,
that's funny you say that because the first band I ever played guitar in was this band from Western Mass. I played guitar, not bass, and was called Use Your Head, and we did Righteous Jams covers. And Righteous Jams was still a band,
right? Yeah, it's like when you're really young. Like if I see a band of 15-year-olds,
or they just broke up. I think they either are still a band or like literally just broke up.
But if I see a band of 15-year-olds, they could be covering a band that they're on the show with. I'm not gonna like criticize them now at this point, but
maybe internally.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm shitting on everything internally all day long. I am criticizing everything on the inside. You don't even know the shit I talk about you in my head.
Me?
Yeah. It was a joke. Oh. It was a joke.
Was it?
You'll never know. It's in my head. Now you're going to be self-conscious for the whole rest of this, aren't you?
Yeah, this is the last episode, everybody. No, I'm just kidding.
We're breaking up.
Yeah. Break it up.
Break it up. Do you know where the name Break It Up came from?
Break it up. Sounds like a Youth Crew song.
It was an SSD song, but it's like from like How We Rock. And it's kind of funny because like I would just like it was the cool thing to like name your band after a song of another band. Like it still is. Like bands still do that. Yeah, Intimidation. Yeah, of that band based on the Bruisers. But I was just like going through names of songs and I picked that at random without even listening to the song. I'd never heard it. Like at that point, I think I knew like Get It Away. I knew Glue. Like I had never gone deep into the SSD catalog. It's like it's a rock song. Like it's like nothing to do with our genre type of song, But I like the name still to this day.
As an adult now, I think that's sick. Back then, I probably would have been. I probably wouldn't have done that.
Right, we were shit on for it a lot. Like when people would figure it out, they'd be like, "You named yourself after a terrible SSD song."
But you know what?
And you know what? It's not a bad song.
I was gonna say I want to revisit all those records that like I thought were like sacrilege.
Like the TSOL metal album.
Yep, all that stuff.
Yeah, I was always mine was the Cro-Mags. Like I would not listen to anything but Rage of Quarrel and like one Best Wishes song, Death Camps, because they played it live.
Yep.
But like I would never listen to anything else, and like people would always try to get me into that later stuff.
Dude, it's so crazy. I mean, I don't want to venture too far off.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy how that used to be such the mindset, like like with Cro-Mags back in the day, and then now it's like the complete opposite. I feel like most young people don't even really listen. Like they like all like the later shit because all the bands that they like pull from.
Well, people like mosh parts, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I mean, maybe Floorpunch is the vehicle for kids to get back into that Youth Crew era, Yeah. But like, I saw Missing Link yesterday, and like, I was like, man, this band plays a lot of breakdowns. It's just breakdown into breakdown into breakdown, but the kids were going nuts.
Yeah, they love it.
Like, it was to the point where at the beginning of their set, he like said something that I was like, this is kind of cocky, but I think it was like real because he was like, you might not want to like, it's like everybody come up front, get into it or whatever. He's like, they're probably still going to hit you back there anyway. Something like that. I was like, that was kind of cocky, but then I'm like, oh, that's real. They are doing that.
That's funny.
I had caught that band briefly the day before at another show, but I was like in the back. I had actually gone to the front and saw what they were all about yesterday. And it was like, but anyway, my whole point is kids like it heavy. They like the metal influence. They love the sick mosh,
Yeah. The thing with kids now is they're sponges, they don't have like the old heads to like bully them when they like certain things or whatever.
Yeah.
So they just, it's kind of cool. You know, they like everything. Like, you know, the same kid that will be moshing the Missing Link will like, I don't know, I could be wrong, completely wrong with this, but like, we'll also go like see like something like Fiddlehead or something, or like.
Yeah, I think you're right to some point. I mean, everybody's got personal preference is a real thing no matter what, but like, I think you're right.
Like you'll see like the same crowds at all of these different types of shows.
I mean, I was always like that too. Like, you know, I'm more so today.
Yeah, definitely.
If I like it, I like it. I don't believe in guilty pleasures.
Yeah.
Like if you like it, you like it. Yellow Stitches tour van, we were listening to Kesha and Miley Cyrus and Fun.
You heard it here.
Yeah. Who cares?
Who cares?
If you like it, you like it. Yeah. There's no
I've
rule.
I've never had shame.
I know you don't.
You know.
I watched this dude play Dance Dance Revolution. Truly no shame whatsoever. Back to Floorpunch, though.
I played last night, actually. I went to the arcade on the way home.
Do you like by yourself?
I was with people.
Oh, okay.
90% of the time, I go by myself.
You just randomly go to play DDR by yourself?
It's cardio, man.
That's a good point. I shouldn't knock it since I do zero. Like, I don't fit in any shirts. I look like a fat lard of shit on this chair right now. Back to Floorpunch.
Great song.
How much have you seen Floorpunch live?
I would say a lot. Like, when they came, I missed their first reunion. I don't know, like, sometime, like, what was that, like 2008 or something, or 7, or whenever. But
I feel like I saw a surprise, and I believe they called it Scab Punch at the time, because it was just like whoever playing in the band. But I think I saw a surprise set that they played upstairs Palladium.
Oh, really?
It was like some upstairs downstairs show. I think it was the last Shark Attack show, like that they just announced at the show. Hey, we're Shark Attack. This is our last show.
Oh wow,
it was pretty crazy.
Great style.
Yeah, I loved it. Of course, every band they've played since then. But
shout outs to Matt Summers, Shark Attack. Really good friend of mine.
I mean that
Floorpunch crew. He loves Floorpunch.
Well, and that's what I think they might have jumped on with Shark Attack's equipment, or maybe it was another Shark Attack show. Shark Attack was a short run, and of the original years of them being a band before the breakup.
We'll have a Shark Attack.
We definitely should do that. I hadn't even thought of that. Yeah, we definitely should. But Shark Attack, I think I saw every one of their New England shows. It wasn't a lot. It was a short list.
I was gonna say I never got to see them. I got into hardcore right when they broke up.
And I want to say it was they hopped. Somebody tell us when Floorpunch reunited, like a surprise set. I want to say upstairs Palladium. I could be completely wrong, but that was the only time I ever saw them.
Oh, really?
Just by complete chance. Didn't know they were playing. I just stopped like going anywhere for shows for a long time.
So
all these years that they've been doing reunions, I just haven't been active of going anywhere to go see shows.
When I got into hardcore, I was obsessed with Floorpunch because they incorporate everything I wanted with that.
Yeah.
To me, they were like, if you take Youth of Today and Judge and Killing Time and Breakdown and just melded them into like the perfect band, and Outburst and all that stuff, that was like Floorpunch, and they were straight edge. And I remember we road tripped to Pennsylvania, like a car of us. Was Alert a band? It was either 2008, had to have been 2008-ish, and that was my first time seeing them, and it was like everything I wanted more. I actually met Porter at that show too. I gave him an Alert demo tape, and then
did he ever listen to it?
He did. And
I remember doing that like a lot, like with my heroes growing up, giving them demos. I'm like, did they ever listen to that? And never hear anything back.
I think I went to because Floorpunch didn't play a lot, but I went to like every show within like a 5-6 hour radius since, and it was cool because it's gonna sound real corny, but I think Porter added me on like Facebook at the time. It was early. It was it was when like it's hardcore, but like still like I look up to like all these bands like. I held him to high regard, and he was just like posting on my wall or whatever. It was like, "What's up, Keith? Thanks for coming." Like, I just always see you at the shows. I really appreciate it. Something along those lines.
Oh, that's awesome of him. I mean, I'm sure that meant so much to you to be appreciated. But like, also, I mean, people think probably now, what's the big deal about that? Because like social media, we just add everybody. Like I follow all kinds of people I've met one time. But like back then, social media was kind of more intimate.
Yeah,
like, you really didn't interact with people unless you actually cared about them. So, that's cool. Like that's, I mean, legitimately cool. There's another thing of like shitting on like each other and like things that shouldn't happen. It's not hardcore, that like being a fan was like not okay. Right. Like you couldn't put these people on a pedestal, and it's like, hey, there is a whole like, hey, we're all in this together. We are all equals. Our stage is your stage, vibe that's great with hardcore. But also it's like, it's okay to like really love somebody, even if you've never met them, like, not necessarily love in the way you love somebody, but it's like to adore, to be a fan of somebody that's done something that's been important for your life. Yeah. Haywire yesterday, I watched after their set. I had to wait in line to talk to Austin, somebody I've known for, over a decade now and played in bands with. I'm like waiting because he's doing like basically a meet and greet after the show with all these kids. He's signing autographs, and it's like, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. These kids, it's important to them. He's showing, all these young kids that are getting Haywire now are learning the scene through watching them. They're learning what hardcore is, and they're going out and covering all these bands, exposing these kids to new music. It really is important in these kids' lives, and it's okay that they're acting that way. And I used to look so down on that,
That's really dope, like what Haywire is doing, because there was a time where we're like, how do kids get into this shit? Like, like there was no like MTV or like TV, like music videos and all that stuff for kids to get into it. And like now it's like through social media kind of vibe. And when kids go and see like the energy that hardcore captures, which Haywire like produces that like better than most bands. It's cool.
It's a textbook on how to do hardcore.
Yeah, it's like you can stage dive, you can sing along, you can mosh, you can. It's like it's everything,
And they do multiple genres without skipping a beat too, and it's truly
talk about positive changes.
Yeah, and it's you just don't see the fights like you used to, like a lot of positive changes. As hardcore's evolved, and it's like, let's stop being bitter. It's why are we bitter? Like if somebody signs an autograph, if Turnstile's playing arenas, like why are we upset? Like we should be psyched, proud, whatever.
People always got to find something to be mad
about. A kid over the weekend showed me the inside of his vest that I had signed a few years ago, next to all the other guys in Yellow Stitches. Was pretty neat to see. But it's like, I don't even have a signature. Like I couldn't find. I'm like, where is it? I don't even know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because like I don't really.
I'll bring my vest for next time.
Yeah,
I got to play the Yellow Stitches bass, like before
the official original Yellow Stitches bass,
right over there.
So we're on the other side of the room. Well, I had to learn. I had to relearn Drug Test 566 because Word for Word was playing it over the weekend with Josh Hines from Drug Test on guitar. I was the bass player of Drug Test, so I was like, hey, I'm playing that song. Come on.
Well, you played that?
Yeah, I played both days. I played Friday and Saturday.
Oh.
I played 566 on the bass. Poorly, very poorly, but I did it.
That's cool.
Yeah. I was just thinking, I'm like, actually, we don't have to be so hung up on staying on topic. I mean, it's just a great jump. Use a song as a jump off point.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. But yeah, more Floorpunch talk is good. What else you got?
It's always been a staple song, good mosh parts, good sing-alongs, like most of their catalog.
So
if not all.
In that, there's the bust in that, But you remember Porter did that on the No Warning record too, and it was like, but that was it. That was all he recorded. I'm like, they dragged him all over the studio just to do bust. I was like, that's awesome.
That's when like when you're sometimes. Hardcore kids are nerds, and could be a great thing because not only do they like are influenced by like the best like shit when they write songs, but it's just I don't know. Being a nerd myself, I think something like that, which most people would be like, that's wild to like do that. I think that's so freaking cool, and I would do that too.
Yeah, I mean, being a nerd about it is like something that keeps it alive too.
Yeah,
like when you say being a nerd, it's like picking out those little niche
I love it
moments that are so iconic, and it's the way people are about pop culture without it being pop culture.
Yeah,
like, and then it's always funny when you see like crossover, like Ian Finance has a shirt that's like, call me Warzone intro because I'm about to bust. but it's like it's a comedy shirt, you know. Yeah. But there's that bust, you know. It's a thing, and it started with Warzone.
Yeah,
you know, intro bust. Yeah.
Actually, on a new RO record, we have a song, and there's a bust right. They're
busting the restraining order. Yeah, check out the new restraining order just came out. I mean, it's probably going to be. It'll probably have been a month or so before this is out, but
yeah,
there's it might be new to you by then. Yeah. Still, so check out the new restraining order, and all of restraining order. It's one of the Keith's band is one of the best out there right now, and
it's all right.
Grinding out on the road. I mean, legit. Like that was you guys were another band that recently I saw that I was like, oh, this hardcore scene might be okay still, because I just become so detached from it for a while.
Was that the Gorilla Biscuit show?
Yeah, I had seen you guys other times too. We played Yellow Stitches played with you guys in like I used all your stuff, including your bass.
Yep.
And
hey, can I use everything?
So yeah,
it's like, of course, bro.
Yeah, I think that was when we like really started talking a lot. Was around then. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was. Yeah, restraining order. I mean, you guys are just another band that's out there that's like just doing it right, and it is the essence of hardcore,
and we all love Floorpunch.
Well, and you can tell you all love it too. You're doing it because you love it. There's no other thing going on that stage other than we want to play this music.
Yeah,
it's not an ego thing. It's nothing else, you know. Which I can honestly tell you, part of the reason I like playing music and being on stage is ego.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for sure. Like I have a little thing where I like being the center of attention, you know. But you guys, I see none of that when I see Restraining Order play, which is great.
Yeah, I just want to be fucking the man when I'm on the four strings. You feel me?
Yeah. You're like, somebody told me the other day about the bands with they would tour with these little like black plywood boxes and then stand on them like and shred their guitars. Somebody told me there was a name for that now, and I wish I remembered what it was because it was the corniest thing and I hated it.
Yeah, that sounds really corny. If I ever get to that level, you have permission to.
I saw
break
bands.
My bass.
It was always like bands trying to be Avenged Sevenfold. I feel like that would do that at Anchors Up on the non-hardcore shows.
Yeah, that's definitely like some Hot Topic metal core stuff.
All right. Any last words about Floorpunch? Like I said, I only saw him once and I didn't know him personally, so I didn't have a ton on this other than I love the song.
Yeah.
It made me hyped to be straight edge when I was. I know, I'm not now. I never was. But when I was not drinking or doing drugs and drawing X's on my hands.
As a straight edge ambassador of Western Mass, I let you. The never was
I think
thing.
You can smoke crack in Western Mass and still be straight edge, can't
you? You get the pass. You can say you were.
I mean, I had 15 years into it. Come on, that's enough.
You're in drug tests. That's
plenty. I was in drug tests. I put enough ink on the back.
Was Break It Up straight edge?
Break It Up was a straight edge band too. Yeah.
Break It, Alex.
Yeah. Yeah, we were a straight edge band. I actually like drug tests didn't have straight edge lyrics. Mm-hmm. It was just kind of in the imagery, and like we just decided to be a straight edge band. But like,
you didn't have a single straight edge song.
I don't think so. I'd have to review, but I don't think there was. There might have been like slight references to it, but we didn't have like songs that were like about straight edge.
Y'all give me the same kind of vibe as like Floorpunch in the sense that like y'all were like about it. You know what I mean?
Rick had that high pitched voice too that was similar. Also, his was a little bit more guttural, I guess. But
yeah, but y'all were like tough. Like,
yeah,
like.
But Break It Up, we did have, and like I think I definitely drew on Floorpunch for a song called "See Life Clearly" that we had, and I hate this lyric so much. Break It Up's like the only thing that's out there that's recorded that I don't like. I'm not like ashamed, but I'm not excited either. Like I don't really love people to hear it. Like I would never go out of my way to have somebody hear it. But I have this lyric who's like, beers, butts, joints, they will kill you. And I'm like very serious about beers, butts, and joints. I think I remember somebody like, it was our drummer, like just started playing this beat and like somebody was chanting, beers, butts, and joints. Beers, butts, and joints. Hey, 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 beers, butts, and joints. It's just corny. I went on a tirade on, and this is still up on Return of the Pit. Go find it, make fun of me, clip it, whatever, roast me. But I remember going on a tirade on the radio show, Reverend Aaron's radio show on the WNH radio station, which he still does to this day. I don't know what day. Every week he's got his radio show. Plays a lot of metal, but plays some hardcore bands too. But anyway, I went on this rant about like we're a straight edge band. We'll always be straight edge, and everybody should be straight edge. And like, then what did I do?
But that's that genuine, like, youthful.
I was 18 years old.
Energy. I love that.
Yeah, I was only 18. Yeah. And I remember too very vividly that when we recorded there, we played live on the radio. That I had just, my girlfriend had broken up. I graduated high school earlier that year, or maybe just the year prior. But either way, then I moved to New Hampshire with my girlfriend. She bought a trailer. She was a year older than me. She bought a trailer. We lived in the trailer, and then like 6 months later, she was like, "I'm done with this, and we're breaking up, and I'm moving back to Maine." And I had started the band already. I stayed. I was moving into Josh Hines's basement. Like, it was actually not even his like regular house. They had a camp on a lake. His family did, and I moved into the basement. I literally slept on the concrete floor. Oh, wow. I had like a pull-out couch from like the 80s. I had like a thin mattress. And I slept on the floor with like a pipe dripping on my head. And like I moved in there in like March, and they only had coal heat. Josh gave me like a rundown on how to light coal. And then when I went back, I couldn't do it. So I just froze for a little bit. But anyway, very grateful that I had that. But when we recorded on UNH, and I look like shit. My hair is so shaggy. I look like super rundown. And not that I look great right now. But like that was a very rough moment in my life. And, you know, ranting about straight edge and telling everybody that they should be, you know, and acting militant about straight edge was probably something that helped me get through that rough time in my life. So, and imagine if I had been drinking. Yeah. What that would have looked like, you know. Who knows where my life would have gone from there, being in that horrible state of depression. So, what else? Anything else to add?
That's pretty much all I got, you know.
This is actually a long one. We're almost 40 minutes deep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just very important band to me. In conclusion, you know, like, I got to see them a bunch of times. I met a lot of cool people, like, through them, you know, because it was always tied with, like, the Boston crew, you know, with, like Jesse Stanhard around the time I met him, and, like, everything just got intertwined, and it was, I don't know, just like...
It's funny, Jesse's a guy that had, like, been around... I've been around since I was a kid, and I didn't start talking to him until I started doing real estate, because he's also in that world. Yeah, now we talk all the time.
He did an Edge Day show in Boston where it was the headliners were Floorpunch and Murphy's Law. Yeah, because Floorpunch they also love Murphy's Law. Yeah, Murphy's Law.
Yeah, which is funny. We go back to the very beginning when I asked, "Do you think they're actually militant?" Guess not. That's the answer. That's the answer you should have said right then.
Yeah, Murphy's Law.
Yeah, I remember. We played with Murphy's Law, Break It Up did, and we were all standing. We at the time, like Josh and I and like some other people in New Hampshire, Johnny Limit, we had New Hampshire straight edge varsity jackets, and we were standing on the side of the stage watching Murphy's Law, and he started to do the beer song. And he's like, "Hey, no offense to my straight edge brothers over here," and I was like, "Yes," but we loved it too, you know. Oh, I would belt out, "Why don't you drink beer? What's the matter? Are you fucking queer?" Or is there fucking in there? No, it's not. But why don't you drink fucking beer? I just put the fucking in the wrong place. But like, you know, I loved it. I didn't care. You know,
dude, during the Edge Day show, Jimmy G was like, "In honor of this being straight edge, I'm just gonna drink water during our entire set." So he didn't drink any beer. He just drank water. Yeah.
Wow. I just told I was in Maine yesterday, and I remember seeing him in Maine, and he was ranting about lobster, and then they asked somebody, and they said they're vegan. He's like, "Lobster's not meat; it's lobster." I think about that all the time. Because I was actually with a vegan yesterday who loves Murphy's Law. Shout out Opie. Yeah. All right. Well, that was a long one. We'll wrap it up, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.